why nouns don't like picking like more stuns. I know it's like a very simple thing and it's easy to harp on. Realistically, nouns line up. I could see this draft crushing games and time again. But when TSM was setting a very clear pace with their draft, I thought nouns might pivot. But again, they're going to lean on individual execution and outplays and, you know, kind of momentum to be their friend to cushion the fact that they aren't going to be able to really fight in these bigger team fights.
Yeah. I mean, what I do like at the very least, if we're going to be a little bit positive about this draft from nouns, is the fact that Gunnar does go for the lone druid pickup, which is one of my favorites to see him on. I don't know if it's good right now, to be absolutely frank with you, but, you know, it's exciting at the very least. Very different draft.
So in this game, there's going to be a couple things. It's going to be preventing Brawl to cleanly rotate around the map. If he does move away, then sure, this lone druid will start being able to chip away at this mid tower. But other than that, I do have a little bit of concern on what moves can nouns make. Drow wants to farm safe lane. Enigma wants to farm off lane. Lone druid wants to farm mid lane.
Tramples there, Ari. He's actually going to have a pretty nice one at that rate, but Husky, not going to be too afraid, is just going to walk away. That was, I believe, a 2 for 2, right? On the bounties? Yeah,
yeah, it was, yeah.
Very
it was
good.
One TSM, one to nouns, and then one to TSM, and then one to nouns.
Very
yes.
pog.
Yes. Very evenly split. And, yeah, so another thing with nouns is, I think traditionally, Drow would do very well against Death Prophet, but because of this Primal Beast, that will be offsetting this lane a little bit, where when Drow goes to start, you know, for applying those frost arrows, all Primal Beast has to do is just charge in, start trampling, and now Drow has to disengage a little bit, especially if he's kind of deep down the lane, closer to the Dire Tower. And I think the early levels, the early way that nouns approach this lane will be fundamental in the trajectory for it.
Yeah. Of course, mid lane Brawl against Gunnar here, the Pangolier versing the Lone Druid matchup. It's kind of hard for me to know because we don't get to see LD very often, but I do feel like LD might have an advantage in this 1v1. What are you thinking?
I feel like Pangolier is such a good hero at pushing out lanes effectively and without kind of dying that you should be fine. Like, you can just shield crash in to swash away. So unless Gunnar's got some like phase boots on his bear, gets a lucky root or something, maybe a support rotation, I feel like this Pangolier shouldn't really be dying. Again, it's more on Bryle misusing his spells, but the things that we're seeing here, like that one root, imagine if that was like a second root, no swash, for sure, easily going to be a kill, but I feel like Bryle should be defensive in nature in this lane.
Okay. Of course, that bottom lane as well, we had a brief look at it earlier. You've got Yamsun along with Husky, so the Drow and Undying duo, which is extremely strong.
Did you catch Ari kill both of the couriers?
No, I didn't.
I was staring at mid lane that, yeah, both the Undying and Drow's courier died to Ari.
Okay. And speaking
and
of
the
Ari,
wave.
That's a big wave.
That's a massive wave.
Husky's going to try and meet them, but he's only got 2 creeps with him.
Ari is bigger than yours, Husky. Stop trying to compare now.
Here we go. They meet for a brief moment. We'll see where Ari takes this one. Obviously wants to take maybe behind the Tier 1, Tier 2 tower.
God, grief, you're off lane. Take it mid. No, that should never happen.
That's kind of cute. Single file behind the Primal Beast.
I mean, this is really awkward. Yamsun just been farming underneath tower, 11 CS. He's about to maybe miss one more now, but still well on the way to level 4. And finally, TSM gets a little bit of XP, but just dragging it straight into tower, not even trying to skip any waves. Too much XP to play around with.
Top lane, Dealer Core immediately going to go down. Whitemon able to find a nice glimpse into the stun of Tomato. And if there's one person you don't want to give the bonus gold over to right now, it's probably Tomato on the Alchemist. Giving him a
great start. And to be fair, when I think about his gameplay in the previous one, as soon as he got told he's playing Alch in this game, he was like, yeah, let's go. Like, he was like, they were taking team fights and using Celtic offering in the mid lane. Meanwhile, he was an Ursa just chilling farming top. Like, now imagine Alk doing that exact play style. He's going to be incredibly fat this game. And he's got a lane that he has no contest in, right? It's going to be this Acid Spray, throw it down. Moo can never really kill him off. Mid lane's getting a little bit of poke and prod, but I think TSM so far very happy with laning phase.
Yeah. Very, very strong start here for the side of TSM once again.
Maybe not for the Death Prophet. All right, let's not get too carried away, actually. Like, Bra was having a chill time, you know, Tomato's just free farming. There's been some really weird shenanigans in the bot lane. There's some like double, triple wave pulling. I didn't really catch the start because I was looking at upper lane, so I don't know exactly how the double wave kind of happened. Maybe Ari was just going for the couriers, and then through that amount of time spent, obviously accidentally got another wave, but it's not ideal. Kasane is level 3, and I think as soon as Ari hits level 3, Yamsun could potentially die if he doesn't gust the initiation of Ari.
Yeah.
And he's already looking now. He's kind of wrapping around a little bit, but doesn't decide to go, and he's respecting that potential level up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yamsun going to be just fine for now. Sitting at the level 4 mark. And Ari's going to be very cautious to when he does try to make that initiation in. Of course, you always got Husky there anyway, just in case you need it. Can just drop the tombstone, try to help out.
Sure. Any move slows are critical against Primal Beast. It's why Drow, in theory, if you have Gust, it's not a move slow, but it breaks your charge in, your onslaught.
Yeah.
And then Tombstone, of course, if you get a couple of zombies hitting you, you're going to be slowed up, so your trample will be less effective.
Tomato, toss back. A lot of Eidolons here, so Tomato surely can't survive this and will not. Now, Whitemon, he left the lane for a moment to pull the small camp, and naturally his POS 1 just kept farming.
I'm going to give you a little bit of trivia. What should you do on position 5?
When?
You should never leave lane. That was the answer.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but if you hear those words, you already should know the answer.
Oh.
What should you do on POS 5? Never leave the lane.
Well, who's going to pull the small camp?
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
You have to tank the damage. You got to tank the smells. You got to tank the smells. You're playing against Pudge, that rot. You got to tank those fumes. No, that's a classic Gorg line right there.
All right, well, there you go. PSA, never leave the lane as POS 5.
Oh.
Thought you were one of us, T. I thought you were one of us.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm in NA.
Yeah.
You leave that lane. You make those stacks.
6-minute power rune. It's going to be up at the top lane. Up at the top lane anyway. Theolacor does pick up the arcane rune for himself. Nice little deny away from the old Pangolier. And back towards the top lane he goes. Maybe he can find a white one with an avalanche toss combo if he really wants to, but won't be enough anyway. 1-1, 6.5 minutes in. Another bit of a slower... Oh, they missed the pool. That's unlucky.
I was like, where are we going to go with this one? To be fair, that pool can be kind of obnoxious, especially at nighttime, depending on how you're pulling it. Especially if you're trying to be a little bit scared of the tiny. So, yeah, I can give it to Whiteman.
Okay. Another slow game is what I was trying to say here, T. At least for now.
It's rather slow, yes. Kasane, though, he might want to accelerate this game a little bit. Nice gust from Yapson in the bot lane. And
just ready for it.
And Husky's kind of awkwardly walking in too.
And Kasane, he'll go for the Siphon. That is a level 3 Siphon, so he basically heals all the way back up to 4 HP as Ari... Oh, Ari's down. Yamsun able to pick him off here on the drought just barely before the TP finishes. And, well, this off lane of TSM really not panning out the way they would have hoped.
No, so this is a lane that they need to have equal levels, but also I think they just need to come from the correct angle. When you're playing against this Drow, I've already mentioned how Gust is so critical, but Whiteman is
probably just dead.
Yeah, he's dead, yeah. But no, yeah, I feel like for this for TSM, they will be regretting some of their choices on how to aggress onto this Drow. And yeah, I think Yamsun playing a very stable safe lane, but Tomato, meanwhile, this has been happening. He also is getting a little bit aggressed on a Brow. Finally now rolling up. Killing off the stand-in.
Very nice. Theolacor to go down. Brawl. Nice little rotation. He does make sure as well Ari is in the mid lane to ensure that Gunner can't just casually start pushing the tier 1 tower. Always very important, of course.
You love to see the natural moves on these teams. It's like as soon as a core rotates out, support moves in. If a carry needs to take bot farm, then you shift your heroes nicely across the map, and it is that natural synergy of teams knowing exactly where to put heroes is what makes them contenders for being the best in their region and further down the line.
Certainly so. Husky, bit of a chase here onto the Undying. Could actually go for a decay back in onto Tomato, but won't be able to see him. Still, Theolacor now shows up. Would have loved the Alchemist, but will not be able to get it either. Instead, though, they will find Whitemon at the least. Whitemon does go down. Bryo a much bigger target, but they cannot hold him down, so the Pangolier will just be able to swashbuckle away. And had Nouns been a couple seconds earlier, they would have actually had a shot at a very low tomato. But they weren't quite that lucky.
He's trying to quickly desperately push out mid so there's no continued aggression. And, you know, in the bot lane, Kasane happily just solo taking this tower.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Oh,
Ari. Whoopsie daisies,
Whoopsie
Yamson.
daisies indeed.
Able to take him out. I mean, to be fair, it is buying a lot of time for Tomato to just freely farm up, but that was a solo kill to Yamson.
That was a solo kill, and I haven't really looked at Enigma in this game, but he's identified the lack of Rubiks and Silencers and Warlocks and all these in-meta heroes right now. He's just going for a Midas.
Why
How
not?
long has it been since you've seen a natural Midas rush Enigma that most likely will become a Blink, the BKB, Agzox, like all those stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it has been a very long time. But it's going to be a nice game for Moo for sure. He's a happy boy this game.
I mean, it's a cool concept, but it's also, it's a little bit scary if he goes Midas and then suddenly it's like Radiant's BKB timing. Like
Right.
if his timing is Midas Blink, but TSM have a BKB on, like a Greaves on Drow, the BKB on Alchemist, like it could provide a bigger window for TSM to punish, but if he survives it, then he's going to be the king of the game.
That is very, very true. Seems like Nouns, they're trying to intervene here. The farming of Tomato. I mean, Black Hole is up. If they can catch him without the Chemical Rage going. In fact, hold that thought, because mid lane, Gunner, going to be targeted, but is still very, very safe thanks to the Tombstone of Husky. In fact, the Bear is just rushing in onto Ari. No entangles to come out. Husky, though, he's just manning up. Again, 3 heroes as the Avalanche from the left side comes in from Theo Lacour. That is going to be the tier 1 tower gone, as well as Ari going down to the Primal Beast. 6-4 now, but Nouns, they are really starting to take off.
Yeah, Nouns are just punishing TSM's moves right now. I think Ari, unfortunately, just isn't really having the best start to this game. He's got the scoreline of 0-3-0, which is not what you really want here. And yeah, just Nouns just bringing the correct heroes to the correct engagements. Yamson happily farming it behind, and they have 3 cores, all within, you know, 600-700 gold range of this Alchemist, and that's what you kind of need at this stage of the game. Like, you're not seeing this Alch at 7k, 8k gold, farming stacks, making any big moves.
Look at the Spirit Pen. Look at his items. It's it's the classic. No, the Spirit Bear, not the Lone Druid.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find the bear. I'm blind.
3 gloves of haste. Lovely. I mean, you know, if it works, it works. This was the guy that, he built 6 Wraith Bands on Lone Druid before.
I mean,
Nice Avalanche. The Lacour will at least find the DP, but it's not quite enough yet. Kasane barely surviving, is going to heal up.
Siphon time!
Ryle's in there in time.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
not
hold on a
anymore.
minute. Never mind.
Psych.
Kasane's gone. They do get Husky at the very least, but it's still a bit of a win here for the side of Nouns as they found 2 for 1. I mean, Gloves of Haste, dude. You can't underestimate this attack speed.
I mean, when you think about the nerfs, right? It was 6 attack speed, and then it doubles up to 12, and then it's, 5 to 10. So it did get nerfed a little bit. It was the only concept that did get nerfed. So if he really warrants attack speed as the reason why he used to go Wraith Bands and not for the Agi plus the stats and then the armor and stuff, then I could see it for the bet. He just wants to get some root procs, but if he then goes 3 Gloves of Haste and then he goes for 6 Wraith Bands on his main or 5 Wraith Bands on his main hero, then I might have an issue.
He did do that before.
What, he still does the 3 gloves and then 5 Wraith Bands?
Oh, all right. Well,
So, like,
they don't do both at once. I
Yeah,
get
okay.
you.
So now he doesn't go Wraith Bands, right?
Not right now, apparently, according to this game.
Sure, but in 13 minutes or so, we'll find out. But fundamentally, it is just to get the early game procs in the attack speed, to get those roots, and we'll see if it pays off.
Okay. He's doing nice fear. Catching out Ari, and Ari, he's not having a good game whatsoever. Another kill going towards Yamson on the Drow. This is just such a fantastic start for Nouns.
Okay, I'm doing some maths real here.
Go on.
So 450, 900, 1350, Mask of Madness. So for 400 less gold, he's getting 50 less attack speed because Mask of Madness is 110. So
Right.
3 gloves would be 60. So he's trading 50 less attack speed, 30 less movement speed for and lifesteal and a little bit of damage for just 60 raw attack speed.
Yes.
Is it Mask of Madness just
Better?
better?
I mean, you gotta click a button there, T-Governor. It's convenience.
Is it maybe a thing as well that he's respecting the physical damage, the fact there's already an acid spray? If he then goes Mask of Madness and he's having minus armor on his bear?
You're probably right.
There's so many layers to this.
Husky's going to go down mid lane. We'll see if TSM can finally open up that mid tier 1 tower, because Nouns have just been making sure that the repeat of game 1 does not happen with this DP.
I got to focus back up again. I was going down the, you know, when Gunner's streaming and he thinks of a new concept design, he goes into the lobby.
Yeah.
And he has like all the different heroes open, doing all the. I literally was kind of going into the little mind palace of like, why on earth is he doing this? Because like, it really is going to be like one small little whimsical thing that dictates the choice here. But yeah, back into the game. Moon is getting jumped in the top lane.
Pulverized to make... Oh, he could black hole here if he really wants to, but no. Whitemore was there anyway. Won't bother wasting it. A pretty big pick off there for the side of TSM now, finding the offlane Enigma. TSM, they are still very desperate to try and find the mid-tier 1 tower as Nouns. They're grouping up. They want to go for a fight.
They have to be careful here. This is out farming on the other side of the map. Anytime this fight gets dragged out, Out will happily start continuing.
Yeah, but look at Kasane. He is just melting to the bear damage. Though the Entangle's getting a little bit unlucky now,
Where's
so
the
he does
attack
walk
speed?
away.
No, if he had Mask of Madness, that extra 50 attack speed
May have made the difference.
probably wouldn't. But they straight into Roshan. I mean, they got Drow, they got Lone Druid, they got Flesh Golem on Undying. Plenty of ways to hit this down, and these are the moves you need to make. I was kind of hinting at, if Nouns fight in this top side, Outcall free farm, the best thing you can do is not only occupy the top side, take Roshan, and then you try and sweep to find this Alchemist, because sure, the Aegis falls, but how far away is Out from a BKB? Oh, actually, ooh, he went straight Blink Dagger.
That he did.
He changed his pace.
I mean, right now, Dota Plus is saying 78% win chance for Nouns, so he's got to do something.
Oh, you didn't let me guess.
Oh, I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Diffusal played. Husky. Jump is there. Even the static storm drop just in case, but Ari's just... The Husky's damage is, or excuse me, rather Yamsun's damage very, very high on this Drow. Do you think this Alchemist is getting far enough ahead to make the difference? Because, like, he's got a decent net worth advantage, but, like, you look at how hard Yamsun's hitting. It doesn't look like it's going to be very fun for him.
I think as soon as this Aegis is out, that's going to be TSM's window to dictate the storyline of this game. It's everyone's on an even footing. By that point, you should argue that Out should have a BKB. Drow should maybe be halfway to hers. And I think anytime during Aegis, you can, like what they're doing now, you poke a little bit with an Exo, you go back to farming. But as soon as I see Out with BKB, I think TSM need to sync up some smokes to jump into that area and punish the Drow not having one herself.
Tangles, not there. Ari just onslaught through just in case.
And this is why stuns will be Nouns' issue here. If, let's say they had the Disruptor, if they had someone who could continue to apply that threat, and we're yet to have a Blink Dagger on Theolicor, so it really is TSM's overextensions will be the pseudo-stun that Nouns require.
Oh, Entangles out. Kasane, bottom lane, being held down. Gunner doesn't really have the follow-up damage. It's kind of the issue. Like, yeah, you get the Entangles, but the items in the pair aren't really helping in the damage department.
700 gold away from BKB. This Alchemist slowly drawing away from the rest of the course now. He was only about 1,000, 2,000 away, but again, you give him a little bit of breathing room and he's just going to whip out these items like no tomorrow.
That's just so important. Again, reminder, TSM basically one game away from almost guaranteeing a spot at the major. Like, they win off this game too.
Yeah, they'll be sitting 5-0 and they still need to be playing DogChamp and Felton.
Yeah, I mean,
one victory and already...
Don't forget, those two teams came from Div 2 as well. You know, it's...
Yeah, I'm only here for a day, boss. I don't want to say anything, you know? Actually, that's a lie. Well, I'm also here for the next week.
Bryle, nice stun in. Gunner already caught out. Can't go into that melee form. He's going to have to try and tank through it, but surely can't, as that is the Aegis down. The Spirit Bear going to be focused as well. Will go down the first time around as Gunner. He'll go into the melee form. Meanwhile, towards the south, they have got Ari down on the Primal Beast, but they need to save this mid. Let's right as the black hole. Whoopsie daisies. I mean, they've still caught at least Kasane, but he's going to survive through it. Avalanche out, they will get him in the end. In fact, now, Tomato, he's kind of by himself. Silence out, Yamsun, he's got the damage, they'll take him down. Oh, they don't even need a good black hole.
It was such an incredibly awkward go from TSM. I understand that nouns are pretty split and you have this ability to take the Aegis for free, but it wasn't the cleanest engagement. I think they should have been happy just getting the free pick and back to farming. Especially when you have these drawn out fights for nouns, like you're going to have opportunities where Drow gets the click or Enigma hits the hole. Yeah, TSM, they have to be careful. This net worth lead that Alk's accrued, it isn't big enough to be throwing these fights at this point in Alk. It's the type of hero that you farm, you die a couple times, game gets really hard. You're meant to always be leading the charge.
Yeah, I mean, Nouns, they've done a fantastic job of keeping this game in check. Only a 1k advantage to TSM with an Alchemist on their side.
Trade-off is no black hole, no true form on Lone Druid. So this is where the smoke up. You see TSM, they have everything ready. Exorcism, they got Alcohol, Pangolier. They need to find something.
Well, they're going to find a spirit bear.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want that one. They don't want Joel. That's the name of his bear.
Oh, they could glimpse back Gunnar. Yamson getting to work. Has
nice job.
Now an avalanche task combination for Theolacore. Not enough yet, but Kasane slowly dropping is going to go down. They'll even find Whitebot. Oh, Nouns. They are fighting back in this game too. And TSM, oh, they're falling apart here, T. They are falling apart.
It's just such an awkward go, in my opinion, from TSM. You've hit this wonderful timing on your Alchemist with this BKB, but he's not the one going in, but he's going in on Gunnar on top. Are they going to have the damage?
I mean, he's been entangled up. BKB out, Gunnar. He's going to go down. That's a nice one.
But going back to that previous fight, I feel like you need the Alk to be the one setting the pace of the fight. Just let him blink in, open up the engagement for everyone else. But the way that TSM do it, they provide so many opportunities for Nouns to actually counterplay. And
nice toss, Theolacore. He's not done yet. Ari's down. And this is a stand-in for now.
I was about to say that. Like, he honestly, 2 games in a row now. Again, position 4, you're meant to have that killer mentality, but he clearly has it naturally ingrained into him. On the Hoodwink, he was keeping Nouns in it. In this game as well, he's picked up that blink and already tossed into double Ava. He's playing a very, very good game once he's picked up this blink dagger.
Yeah, that he has. 16-9 now. Still less than 1k net worth lead, and with an Alchemist, that just means terrible news for you if you are TSM. Not out of this game yet, but they need some more farm to go on this Alk. They need some answers, because Nouns...
I think to kill Yamson, he's 7-0-5. He's had a beautiful laning phase. He got a couple kills kind of thrown into him as well in the jungle. I mentioned this timing for TSM that they should have leaned towards the fact that Alk will always get BKB pre-drow. You need to punish the fact that Black Hole, if he wastes it, you can run over them. But I'm yet to see TSM sync up and actually utilize some of their item timing. It's just been a bit of a stagnant mid-game for them, kind of throwing bodies in with no real meaning.
Oh, Tomato. He's a primary candidate. If they can find him here on this Alchemist, it'd be absolutely amazing. But it's kind of hard to get up to that triangle without the smoke breaking. So Nouns, not the area they want to really try and run into. We'll back off.
Yeah, the fact that the bottom tier 1 is still alive doesn't allow Nouns to do that deep wrap around into kind of the back side of the triangle. And they're like, why are we doing this, lads? Back to farming.
Yeah.
And Moo, he's...
Oh, they've got a static... Oh, Husky.
Oh, yeah, you kill that illusion.
That's a cheeky illusion from Husky. And you kind of saw him walking up to get it. He finds some value for it as well.
He doesn't even crack a smile. Husky's like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
It's another day.
Yeah, it's another day.
Oh.
They use a lot. Static Storm, Rolling Thunder. Honestly, Nouns are in an incredible spot in this game.
They certainly are.
I mean, Moo's about to pick up the blink. He's going to have Aether Lens, BKB, blink. He's going to be a very happy chappy. That's what I was trying to say in this next fight.
A tier 1 bottom tower gone. They'll go after a tier 2. The thing is, with the Spirit Bear, like with the Desolator up, it's such a fast process here for the side of Nouns to take down these towers. He even got that Dragon Scale, whatever the hell that neutral item's called.
It's Dragon Scale.
Okay. Glad I remembered that one.
You did great.
Never use it.
Yeah, you mentioned the Soda Crest, you've got the Dragon Scale, the Death, so it's like...
It's a lot.
It's 3 forms of just building damage, of course, and then you have Demolish from Lone Druid.
BKB Black Hole, as well as a Blink Black Hole now available here for Moo.
Alright, TSM. Smoke number 2. Tomato.
Who they found? It's going to be Husky. That's a decent start. He needs some help, though, if he's going to keep going. And Tomato, knowing his BKB is going to wear off, does not want to keep this fight going at all. He will just get the hell out of there. I mean, Husky, I don't know if he'll mind too much dying like that. He's only got a 20-second respawn timer.
Mate, if I'm on dying in that, I'm giggling. I'm like, what? Out's like big BKB entry was just killing me. Mate, I'm up in like 20 seconds. What are you doing? Yeah, you know. Don't know why I went all squeaky, but it happens.
Precious bounty.
Well, TSM back to the drawing board. I mean, still not out of this game, but Yam's got his own BKB going right into the Lincoln Sphere now. So once you've got the Lincolns up, these fights become infinitely more challenging. At least for TSM, that is.
I mean, TSM are just so afraid to fight. It's that one smoke into the Radiant Triangle. It really disrupted their desire to make these plays, and I'm now pretty sure the team comms are, guys, we can't fight if Mu isn't jumped on. So Ari, once he picks up his BKB, that's probably going to be a big time for TSM because they can just throw this Primal Beast into the middle of the fight. As soon as they locate the Enigma, then you can lock him on with Brile. He has a basher, so he can swash cancel the black hole through BKB, but all this waiting for the next item, waiting for the kind of recovery items to fix the misexecution, is just giving another Aegis away to nouns, and this time it's not on the Lone Dread, it's going to be on that Drow. A Drow who wants to join the fight and stand in the middle. Maybe not the middle, but you know, close enough to do all the damage.
Well, that's a Roshan gone. Nouns, they'll hand that one over to Yamson this time. T2 Tower going to be under siege here from Nouns. They don't look to slow down whatsoever as TSM. I mean, they're not even positioned to try and defend. They are creep skipping the mid wave, but it won't matter. Like, they've got enough creeps here to take the tier 2 mid, and they might even go for a tier 3.
I mean, they have to fortify. Bottom tier 2's already fallen, so they're going to be able to, you know, quite handedly. Click for, okay, they are going to get that one.
Siege creep does go down, range creep gone as well.
I didn't realize it was coming back on respawn, but still, all right, you take that one, and all right, another fortification, but not going to stick around and force that one out. Oh, Mu is trying to set up on bottom, but does cancel. Realizes it's a little bit too slow. Said they're going to move as 5, try and hit towards the top tier 2. In regards to item timings, they are very much online. There is nothing that Nouns need to wait for. Oh wait, he is doing it. He's got 2 gloves into then Rave Bands. He's actually double dipping.
There you go. Some things never change.
He just bought Deso Basher and just every single cheap item possible.
I think with the Deso Basher, he just feels like that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just have to live now.
So he's got 3 Rave Bands, 3 gloves. So he's got 3 masks, 3 gloves. I'm sure there's some meme about buying 3 more boots or something, and he's got a full outfit.
Here we go.
Dude, these buildings are just disappearing.
That they are. Tier 3 tower completely mauled here by Gunner's Spirit Bear. TSM need to find a way to start a fight. This is looking real rough for them now.
Tomato's trying to flash from a Hex right now in the enemy jungle.
It's not fast enough.
I mean, yeah, they're a racks down.
So there's the sight device up now, but it's going to be a secondary racks now under siege here by Nouns. I mean, they've got the time this time around to try and force the fight. Tomato, he'll charge up the stun. He's looking at Yamson. He'll make the jump in. The stun is there,
Nice
but there's
fear.
no follow-up. At least maybe Yamson. I was rather the Undying is gone, and now the black hole. Moose caught 3 of them. Oh, this is going to be a real problem for TSM. They're still fighting, though. They've got Gunner. The Lone Druid's down. Yamson, he'll run, but Tomato's on the chase. Maybe TSM can defend. It seems like they can. In fact, they'll find another. The Drow is down the first time. Everyone else around him is also just gone. As they have got the bash out. They have got Yamsan down. Holy. We have a game 2 on our hands.
Oh, we got so bad at the... I hope we have a replay for that one, but like the black hole is hitting 3. There's just no follow-up damage. There's nothing there. Drow's trying to optimistically throw some moldy shot into the mix, but there's so many heroes caught inside it. It's not going to be as disruptive.
Oh, it's so rough. Here we go. Here's a replay. I mean, it really was. I think Gunner did 500 damage. Theo Lacour did 500 damage in that black hole. Like, it was literally nothing. Literally just nothing happening here as they do at least find Ari, but...
I mean, the DP also pops the Greaves after, and, you know, Pangu, you know, rolls off to the side, so Again, Greaves coming in a little bit clutch. Of course, Ari does go down, but at that point, the fact that you don't get to burst 3 big heroes inside that black hole, complete turnaround. And Tomato, of course, farming off that Hex in the enemy jungle. He runs to Secret Shop, buys that, comes into the fight, helps a little bit there. And Nouns, again, you got 2 racks, you're pretty happy, but in the back of your minds now, it's if they don't execute on that hole, things can get difficult.
It's Divine Rapier time. Speaking of things getting difficult, Tomato's had enough.
I kind of respect that. This game has been way too awkward for way too long for TSM. They need to make a statement. They should have made one about 19 minutes. Oh, maybe that's a bit carried away.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes ago, this was when they should have made their statement in this game. They failed to do so. They gave Nouns just a little bit of breathing room, and look, they're down 2 racks because of it.
Well, suddenly TSM back into this game as they are going to smoke up as 3. They'll head right towards Nouns. Husky is in position to break Yamsun. Do not run that way. He'll gust up. BKB popped very early on. Tomato does pop his own as well. Meanwhile, Ari just goes into the middle of nowhere as a static storm. Has caught Husky. That's 1 down. Ari, in the meantime, he found Yamsun. That's the Drow Ranger, but moves right behind, just in case they needed it.
They're so split.
They are very, very split up here on Nouns. TSM, they'll find a third, rather a second. In fact, there's your third now. Gunner forced the man fight here, but he doesn't have a bear to play with. The bear on the right side. He's just trying to get the bear out of there. Gunner, he gets bashed up mid-TP. He is surely just gone.
I mean, there's no buyback on him or or Tiny. I mean, there's no waves during this. Nouns quick, very desperately, we're trying to push out the lanes, and TSM, they don't want to go back to their base. They have this 11k lead, which is pretty much just the difference of Alk versus everyone. So if Alk goes down, I mean, it's an Alk game, what am I saying? The net worth lead, of course, is going to be the Alchemist.
Yeah.
But the fact that TSM had to trade 2 racks for this, they won't be happy with the state of this game. They won't be happy that they didn't really hit any of their timings. They're, of course, they're in good spirits that they're finding these comebacks, but...
The damage, 90 damage by Yamsun, 69 by Enigma. Thank you for that, BTP. Very nice. I mean, the funniest thing is, there's still like a 72% chance, apparently, that Nouns pull off this victory.
You're doing that thing again where you're spoiling the percent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've done it again.
No, it's fine. To be fair, I don't know. I don't even know what number I'd said. So what, 72% Nouns win?
Apparently, yes.
I mean, 2 racks is pretty helpful. And having an Alk with only 11k lead at this point, like, normally you expect it to be a bit more. I mean, this is still a pretty healthy lead. I think Tomato's been able to accrue, so...
Has he got the rapier yet?
I mean, I hope so.
Is it even close?
Is he?
Oh, he went swiftly.
Ah.
Unlucky.
Mate, you baited me.
Yeah. Baited myself.
Nah, that's alright. Happens a lot.
It does. Smoke out Nouns. If they
have to be careful. Like, sure, they have Black Hole, but we've seen how important the Pangolier Swash Basher is. He's got Ags now as well. Multiple ways to get that long-range bash, and Tomato's by himself.
Tomato.
He's got the BKB off, though.
He does get the BKB in time. Scythe the Vice. He'll turn back onto Thea Lacour, but there is backup. Moo. He'll pop the black hole. Where's the backup? Where's the damage? Thea Lacour, he's moving in. Tomato, he's still alive somehow throughout all this. Gunner's trying to get the job done, but no, he's all right. Oh, Tomato's fine. Wymon's down. Thea Lacour goes down. They need to get out of there now. That's not safe. Or do they? Buyback is out from Theo. Meanwhile, Ari, he's going to onslaught in. Yamsun was the target, but now Yamsun will turn right back around as Thea Lacour with a big avalanche on the right side. He caught 2 of them, but it won't matter. He'll die back immediately. It's now TSM. It's a 4v5. They know they've got this one. They surround Yamsun. They've got the Drow Ranger. Massive slows by the multi-shot, and somehow Husky's 1v3ing them. It's a pos 5 undying. He's going for the mad fight. Kasane. Oh, Husky. Oh, he's going to drop, but nevertheless, Yamsun kills him off as now Moo moves back in. Tomato, Scythe the Vice, he's there. Chemical Rage out. Gunner has brought himself back into this game, though. But it's all right. They do back off. A weird team fight here between these two.
Extremely good as well. Buyback-wise, you know, even Primal Beast throwing one in. And that all started when Pango swashed in. He procced the bash on the Lone Druid, not the Enigma.
Oh.
And it's like, maybe if he procced it on the Enigma, the turnaround would have been a little bit quicker for TSM, but still to draw out that fight, I think Nouns, he is doing some insane work in these fights. 2 3-man avalanches back to back just to give just any form of life. And unfortunately for Yamson, as the game prolongs and items come online for TSM, the ability to not only find, isolate, but stick on top of her is getting a lot easier.
The Gust not going to land in time. More Wraith Bands being bought, by the way.
Oh, God, wait, what? No, surely not.
Yeah, Ari's buying him now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I was worried. I thought, you know, Gunnar was overdosing on them or something, you know?
I mean, he does have 4.
And that's enough.
It certainly is. There's a double damage rune down in the bot rune spot, but nobody saw it. Now TSM will spot it out. Kasane desperately asking somebody to pick that one up. Roshan in 1 minute.
TSM has to get this Roshan if they're going to try and win this game. If they give Nouns another Roshan, it really will just be walk down the bot, throw your bodies, get the mega creeps. And they understand that. They know Roshan's respawning soon. They need to get some map control.
But they've got 35 seconds for the black hole up. Like, it's
not the best smoke. It's more like a repositioning smoke. Get yourself on the map, get a ward down, understand the situation, maybe scout Roshan, make sure TSM isn't doing it themselves. And also, they do have Rack's advantage. Top and mid should naturally be pushing in. So if you can get TSM across the river, then when they skip waves, they're skipping it on the Dire side. They're not skipping it right at the Radiant's front door. So no, yeah, Nouns.
More Wraith Bands now. Kasane's, I believe, has one on the way. It's a Wraith Band party, T.
Ain't no party like a Wraith Band party.
Oh, and everyone's just buying Wraith Bands.
I mean, okay, let's do it. Let's open up the scoreboard. Let's make sure we get the.
Are we back in this meta? Are we?
A little bit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Wraith Bands right now in this game.
Goodness me. Isn't that kind of sad? Like, Wraith Bands are worth more than, like, big items. Hold on a minute. Well, I'm on. Oh, Gunnar, I think he saw him. Theolacor, though, he found a bigger target. He got Kasane with the toss back, but nevertheless, Husky's the one to go down. A 1-for-1 as Husky does buy back. Ari, in the meantime, trying for the BKB TP play is going to be just fine.
Very close.
But Roshan's up.
Roshan's up.
Here's where things get spicy.
30 seconds, no buyback on Disruptor. He doesn't have it due to 22 gold.
Third Roshan of the game, Aghanim's blessing on there.
Gotta take the bounty. There's a bounty right there, TSM, take it.
They have not quite yet. Black hole up as well for this next team fight. Kasane, he's made the jump in. He's trying to go after Theolacor. They've got one down. That's a decent start for TSM to try and drag out this Roshan play. But it seems like Nouns want to keep going for it. Or do they? Kasane going to be targeted here by Yamsun, but Yamsun does not have the damage output, so he'll back off. They might just have to wait for Thea to be back up. It's literally their only stun to play with apart from the black hole. Tomato, though, he's not going to wait around. Exo popped. They'll move in. Gust is there. It does nothing, though. They found the Spirit Bear with the Scythe of Vice, but it is going to be able to walk up from the back.
Oh,
Never mind with the black hole.
The bash,
Moves there,
bash.
but the bash is there. Brawl cancelled it off this time around. Yamsun, his BKB's popped. He needs to get out. It's worn out already. Drag him back with the glimpse. Yamsun's in the middle of nowhere. And Roshan's even bullying him right now. Nobody leaves him alone. Perfect cancellation from Bryle. And now a full Divine Rapier up for Tomato. Oh, how this game has turned.
Oh, and Whiteman just got the axe. Ooh, that is
Huge.
very huge. Massive. Not only do you have no cares about the black hole now because of Brow's positioning, you've got Disruptor with just a casual axe at 37, a Rapier with an Aegis, and a Hex, and a BKB, and a CN, and a Swiftblink. Like, this Tomato is going to rip people to shreds if he sees them. Oh! So close.
A little bit short. Unfortunate for Ari. We've all been there. Don't you worry about it, sir. TSM, 25k advantage now. There's still a 70% chance, apparently, for Nouns to win this game, by the way, according to Dota Plus, but we'll ignore that for now as TSM.
They know something we don't know about the patch, I guess.
I suppose so. It's the Wraith Bands. It's all about these damn Wraith Bands, apparently.
Or maybe they think Tomato is going to get... To be fair, Theodocor's been playing such an incredible game. There is a timeline where Tomato gets tossed back into like tier 4 range, and then it's just an uncomfortable reaching engagement, and then suddenly it's like, wait a second, we killed him off, we have Rapier. And now that economy is always dragged back, and that's why you see TSM, even though they feel pretty strong, pretty mighty right now, riding that wave of success, they aren't just going to awkwardly hit tier 3.
Man, oh man.
What a game, to be fair.
Great game again. So much on the line here. TSM one game away from almost guaranteeing themselves a major slot. Nouns still undefeated, fighting for their own chance at the major.
I mean, not only that, but for Nouns, it's like they want to do well in DPC. They want to lock themselves into their first major potentially in however many. I mean, they've never been to a major. They've only been to wildcard qualifiers, right, for TI.
Oh, I think you might be right about
I mean, since DPC's inception, at least, so for them, it's so important. And sure, there's this Dream League invitation down the line, but I don't think they want to be the team that comes third, doesn't go to the major, but still goes to Dream League. It kind of sours the event for them. So I think they want to kind of do it off their own back, off their own pride. So winning this game, winning this series will help, start shifting that momentum.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. Mid tier 2 tower, or rather tier 3, excuse me. TSM still looking to set up for this, but they're being very, very hesitant. Respecting the fact that if they feed that Divine Rapier away, well, Nouns are in an excellent position.
Yeah, Tomato's just trying to get his level 25. Question is, will he go for extra regen, or is he going to go for move speed to not get kited?
We'll see. Does get it now.
And he's going to go for option number 2.
Nothing.
Just stats crapper.
All right.
He does go for move speed. Yep.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
was honestly leaning for that just because it's like you're already playing against some Skadi plus hypothermia. It's already a lot of hill mitigation. Like, is 50 going to feel great? Get yourself that move speed. Get yourself in and out.
He's a big boy.
Quite large.
But he runs real fast now.
Can be agile and fat.
Absolutely. On the low ground they wait. TSM looking for that perfect moment. Not popping the EXO yet. On Kasane, of course, again, you've got to respect the Lakor with these tossbacks. It could completely ruin the game for TSM and all the work they've put in to make this comeback happen.
And don't forget, the Shutter has the ags from the previous Roshan. Like, we're yet to see it come into effect, but Whitemon, if he hits a clutch static, it can just be over.
Here we go. Stun, charged up. Who have they made the jump in for? They have got the Pango. Bryle, he's been caught out on his own. He is down another black hole. They've caught Kasane. The Death Prophet is going to cheese up Kasane. Can he really survive through this? I don't think he can. He is down. They've even found Ari on the Primal Beast. Everyone just leaving these guys. Yamsa with a triple. Theolacor with the tips again. And Tomato, as soon as he saw Brawl caught by that toss, he's like, I'm out of here, boys. Sorry.
I mean, Theolacor is putting in so much work. I didn't see the initial glimpse of that, but I understand, like, I'm guessing it was either a toss back into some failure. There's no way Brow's just casually in the high ground. It needed to be a toss back, layered with the CC of the Lone Druid, and then you kill off Brow. And that's exactly what they needed to do. You either throw in the Alk, you throw in the Pango, you do something to cause disruption, and then you're in a good spot. At this point with the Aegis, of course you don't want to throw in the Alk, so they get the perfect target, the perfect jump, and a buyback force and Primal Beast. A refresher picked up on Tomato. He has so much economy, but now no buyback for 1,000 gold. He is fully committing to this moment. Of course, buyback doesn't feel too great when he has this rapier.
I mean, you can have all the gold you want, but if you're not willing to jump in, it means nothing. And sadly for TSM, like, if they get caught like that and Tomato just backs, 41k of their net worth is gone. It's a very rough affair, as now Yamson's going to find a double damage just waiting for him. Won't pick it up yet. We'll leave it. In fact, Husky goes down. Black hole being popped. Ari does get caught by that. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Ari does pop his BKB, somehow walking out of there. It's Tomato. He's walked in. BKB popped, refresher out as well. He'll try to make the chase in onto Gunnar. Gunnar on the blown Druid is dropping rather quickly, but he's still a very tanky boy. He's such high armor, but they'll stun him up. They'll take him down. Yamsun, though, he's the big target. The Static Storm's caught him. Waimon, he may have just caught the big one. And he has.
Oh,
Nouns.
The creeps just awkward in the base. Tomato does TP into bot lane though to push it in.
They need a creep wave.
It will buy them at least, maybe 15 or so seconds as they try and escort this wave into bot, but if you look,
Dire's courier
Kill the courier.
has
That's just a
been
couple
killed.
centuries. All right.
The Illicorp gonna
All right, here's the base race. It's a DD challenge. Girl, start hyping it up, man. What are you doing? It's a base race on our hands.
we'll see if the Illicorp can do anything. I mean,
Respect the base race.
he's literally going in
He's
for it as well.
literally doing it.
He's literally doing it as we speak. Tier 4 towers under siege. TSM, they do not care. Keep in mind, Yamsun does have buyback. Gunner is only 25 seconds away from respawning. This might be enough time for Nouns to keep defending.
I mean, there's no refresher on this Alchemist. He only has one BKB available.
Here we go.
Is it even available? No, it's on cooldown for 50 seconds.
They're going to force the fight early. There is no refresher. Like you said, 50-second cooldown. Tomato, no BKB available. He's just going all in.
Look for the tossback. Fiordico has been the MVP of initiation so far.
Moose hanging in there.
He's got the tossback.
Theo's there. Refresher out. They've caught the Alchemist. Static Storm. It's not doing enough.
Where's the cancel?
Tomato, he's gone. Tomato is gone. The Divine Rapier's on the deck. And Yamsun's brought back. Where's the Divine? Who's got it?
Yamsun's got...
He does. Who got it?
Dire's middle tower is under
Click around, boys. Click around.
Where? Oh, Tomato.
Dire's
Tomato
middle
has it?
tower has fallen.
What? Did he just buy another one? What happened? What am I missing? Well, he died. He had no ages. I've missed something here.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I won't lie.
Alrighty, we'll watch a replay and see what happened, I suppose.
I need a replay, honestly, boss. I honestly thought in the moment, I was like, he dropped his bloody rapier. What happened?
Someone must have picked it up, I suppose. Someone
Yeah.
saved the day.
I mean, if you pick it up, you can't put it back down. I mean, you can put the first one down, actually, but... Oh, well, let's see who picked it up.
Yeah, we'll see.
I need
who
a
picked it
replay.
up. Kasane, mid lane in the meantime, can't get caught, but Gust is there. They've slowed down the DP. He'll use up for a moment, but the Avalanche going to lock him down. Tomato buys back in the meantime. They're going to go for the team fight, but Kasane's already gone. Tomato still jumping in. They found the drow. It could be a tieback. Yamsun!
Oh, no.
Oh, Yamsun's gone. Gunner. He's going to go for the TP play with the fear. He's going to be all right. The bash was not there. They'll get everything out, but without Yamsun, how do you defend?
So unfortunate for Nouns.
Oh,
So rough. I mean, in the moment there, you get the toss back, you get the initiation, you think you're going to get the rapier, you don't get it. Then you walk down mid, just gets, killed off again.
Kasane's there, Mu. He's the target. He's got no black hole for 35. It's so much time to have to buy. As they will go ahead and pulverize that Spirit Bear. They'll take it down. Tomato. Back in onto the tier 4s. No, he wants the mid-ranks, but they do pop the extra. They're going all the way as Gunner is targeted. Tossback is not going to be on the target they want. Rolling Thunder is there. Gunner's been caught out. He's still a very tanky bear, but he's completely surrounded. He needs some help right here, right now. He'll back off. In the meantime, Tomato, is he going for the Ancient? Not quite. No, he is. He's going right for the Ancient. He's had enough of this game. Pulverize out. Gunner's gone. The Ancient halfway through its HP pool. Tomato's not giving up. This game has to be over. Black Hole though, Mu is still trying, but it's not enough. TSM, they've won the series 2-0 against Nouns, and they've basically guaranteed their position at the Berlin Major.
Woo-wee. Look at that, what a game. And I have...